And I am still receiving some of your messages. I'll try and share that at the end of the program. So I'm having a little slight challenge with the WhatsApp platform, but keep them coming. I want to talk to you about motherhood. It is not a joke. But then pause to imagine being a mother and being a child at the same time. And that's a very familiar story all over the world. And here in Ghana, we're no exception. Every year on 11th of October, the International Day of the Girl is celebrated. This year's theme is My Voice, Our Equal Future. And it is focused on reimagining a better world inspired by adolescent girls. So these adolescent girls worldwide are trying to assert their power as change makers. But are they being presented with these opportunities, you know, to empower them to have their voices heard? So today we're focusing on teenage mothers who are striving to make it in life. I'm joined in the studio by Melanie Abuada. She wants to share her story with us. She is a young mother. And I also have here in the studio Sifa Alexander Boedu. He's the Regional Director, Department of Children, Greater Accra, and that's the department under the Ministry of Women and Children and Social Protection. Lady and gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me start with you, Melanie, right? I hope I'm getting your, so you need to speak up for me a little bit. How are you?
Okay, thank you.
Right, you have to speak up a bit. Okay, the way I'm speaking up, you can hear me, but the way you're speaking, I can't hear you. So what is your story?
My story is I completed JHS 3 2015. We were two, but one went to school, but because of there's no enough money for the two of us to go, so I was learning seamstress. So in learning the seamstress, then I fall into that trouble giving birth.
But how do you say it's you fell into that trouble? Okay. Why was it trouble?
Okay, I saw some a certain guy told me that he'll be with me so that he'll be with me. Later on, I got pregnant. I told him he didn't refuse. He told me that he'll take care of it, but later on he refuses. I'm giving birth now. He refuses not to take care of his son.
How old is your son?
Getting to 3 years, 13 January.
Your son is getting to 3 years.
Yes.
How do you take care of him?
Okay, I've been selling at the street side.
What do you sell?
I sell A1 bread.
A1 bread?
Yes.
And so you get money from, how much do you make in a day?
Okay, in a day, at times I get 20 Ghana, at times I get 25 Ghana. Then we manage it.
So do you do like save some of the money? Do you do like susu or something?
I've been
how much do you save in a day?
A day, 5 cedis.
You save 5 cedis.
Yes.
And how much do you spend on your child in a day?
In a day, I and him, we spend 10 cedi, at times 15 cedi.
Between 10 and 15 cedis. So if in a day you make between 20 and 25 cedis, and then you put 5 cedis in savings, then you spend the rest. Between you and your child, you spend the rest.
Yes. Unless I went and saw before I'll get another money
for the next day. Where are your parents?
Okay, my parents. My father got accident crossing the road. A car hit him, so they are in Sewam. They are at Herbalist over there.
That's your father?
Yeah.
What about your mother?
My mother is with him over there.
Okay. So you are left to take care of yourself and take care of your child?
Yeah, because of that, my father was annoyed of me so that I shouldn't come close to them.
And I'm saying this is a very familiar story. Personally, my mother was a teenager when she had me and had my brother. So, Mr. Boedu, I'm coming to you, and I'll come back to you. So we'll talk about how you got into this trouble. I mean, I know when you are young, you are excited, you have all kinds of feelings going through your body. But there are young people, I'm hoping, who are listening to you, so we can also share lessons with them as well. But, Mr. Boedu, what is the ministry or the department doing to commemorate this particular day as we look to empower adolescent girls?
Yes, the first one was a press release, and that was held by the minister on the 5th of October.
What's contained in the press release in terms of the activities that the ministry or the department is undertaking?
Yeah, one of them is what we are doing, that's the media discussion. Okay. We also have guest meet. So guests all over the country were brought to Accra, that was on Friday, and then to go through some skills.
Okay.
And,
what kind of skills are you giving these girls? Tell us, what kind of skills?
Oh, it's training, and it's basically about adolescent reproductive health.
Okay.
For them to.
So you're advising them how to take care of themselves so they don't get pregnant and stuff like that?
Exactly.
I see.
Exactly.
And so, Melanie, I'm going to ask you this. Did you get, this is the training that the ministry said they're giving to young people. Do you think if you had somebody, let me ask, didn't your parents tell you about, you know, I was told when I was growing up to stay away from men because they can do something to you. Did you get any kind of advice like that?
I got it, but it was a mistake.
It was a mistake. Okay, so if there are young people who are watching you today, what kind of advice would you want to give them?
I'll tell them that they shouldn't be like, because if some nowadays many men like making lies, they'll use money they'll tell you, like, they'll give you money because they shouldn't put their mind of their money so that they'll follow them. So they should take care of themselves. They should.
Yeah. And you look at yourself right now and the struggles you're going through to take care of your son. What do you think is needed for people like you to be empowered, to speak up and be part of the development process of the country? Okay. You can think about that question for a while whilst I wrap up with you, Mr. Boyd. What kind of support are you giving people like Melanie, who still have, I mean, she's young, she has energy, she's taking care of her child, but there are certain things that she can still do to make her life better and that of her child?
I've had a discussion with her, and I've learned that she was learning trade. He was learning
to be a seamstress.
To be a seamstress,
okay.
yeah. And,
so
and then the pregnancy came, and because of that, he couldn't continue.
Okay.
I just wanted to take the opportunity to say that there are a lot of girls, young girls, when they get pregnant, they may be going to school, they may be learning their skills, but the moment they get pregnant and they give birth, they don't go back to school.
Yeah.
Now, the Ministry of Education has brought a policy, and the policy is that all teenage mothers must go to school. And so all parents, community members, NGOs, civils, everybody must support. Teachers, even her classmates should all support this girl to go back to school so that...
Is the ministry not supporting her to go back to maybe either go back to school or to study, to learn the trade?
That's also part. What I'm saying is both school and learning trade.
Okay.
Some are learning trade, but they get pregnant, they don't go back to learn the trade again. Some are going to school. They get pregnant, they don't go back to the school again. So what we are saying is that now all teenage mothers must go to school, and that we should all support them to go so that they can realize their vision. Now, the young girls, teenagers, they have visions. If you ask them, who do you want to be in future? Yeah. Some will tell you, I want to be like you, madam, as you are sitting down, a journalist. Some will say, I want to be an MP, a teacher, a pastor, and the like.
It took a teacher to point me into journalism school. So it takes people that we put in the lives of these young people to point them in the right direction. And I hope you have programs like that at the department.
Of course.
That support girls like this. Okay, I'll take the final word for her. So I was asking you, what do you think will help you to make you feel more empowered, to make you feel bold enough to step out there and do more, go back to the dressmaking, for example, so that you can set yourself up rather than selling on the streets that fetches you 25 cedis?
Yes, please. That one could be better than.
So what is it? I'll need you to say it yourself.
Okay, please. I need the help, but I don't know who collects my son so that I'll go on. That's the problem.
I see. Well, Mr. Boyd, I think that this gives you an idea what they need. So people like, for teenagers who have children, they want somebody to take care of their children whilst they get the chance to go out there and to work. So I hope that we'll take it away from there. So yesterday was actually the day for the International Day of the Girl Child. We're celebrating or commemorating that today. The Ministry of Children, Gender Protection, the Department of Children, they've been working with young girls. And look around you, there are so many young girls who just need somebody to point them in the right direction. You can contribute your quota. I've been doing this with Sefa Alexander Boyd, who is the Regional Director, Department of Children, and also Melanie Agbada, who has been sharing her story with us.